Hello, everyone. I just want to share a little bit of my personal journey and what has brought me to this place in my life, this point in my journey where I've really found my passion for helping women to not only improve themselves and be the highest version of themselves, but to really improve their relationships and live a very happy life through that. I have learned this the hard way. So I'm going to give you the easy version of how to accomplish this. So I guess my first question for you as I start this speech, I want you to think about, and a lot of you are probably going through this right now. Have you, or are you right now feeling misunderstood in a relationship? Not just talking about romantic relationships, platonic, friendships, professional relationships, any of your relationships. Are you having this feeling of, I'm not being heard, I'm not being understood? That is so frustrating. And I have actually found the key to improving any of these relationships. And like I said, I've kind of learned this the hard way a little bit, but it has changed my life. And the one key to improving any relationship in your life is self-discovery. And a lot of you have probably already done this. Maybe I was late to the game, but after I did my self-discovery, it changed me forever. And I'm absolutely so excited to tell you about the 3 steps that I took for my self-discovery and learning my authentic self and how that has changed my relationships. So there's 3 steps to self-discovery. Number 1, human design for me changed everything. I certainly was very sensitive and susceptible to conforming to society's expectations. And human design was my and could be your permission slip to living your authentic life. Human design gives you basically your blueprint, who you were born before society came in and crushed you with all these expectations. So as far as your relationships, if you can show up, if you can find that authentic you deep down inside that you were born to be, and you can show up in your relationships more authentically, it will change everything. The second way for improving yourself on your self-discovery journey, for changing your relationships, is to actually ask for feedback. Of course, this has to be with someone that you truly trust. And it's not the easiest thing to do, but it is oh so important because there are things about ourselves that we are completely blind to. And if you can have a conversation and ask for feedback and find some humility and take those words as challenges to improve. We can't control other people. Other people can choose to improve themselves or not improve themselves, and that's out of our control. But we can take that feedback and do something with it. And that for me was one of the most important steps in my transformation, was understanding where I could make improvements and be the person that I wanted to be. Show up how I wanted to show up in my relationships. Show up at work how I wanted to show up at home with my husband how I wanted to show up. That was a game changer. And I wouldn't have known what changes to make had I not asked for that feedback. And there were moments where I felt completely offended, but that's okay. That's okay. It's not always going to be easy, but it's totally worth it. And the third step for self-discovery is to try to understand the lens through which you view the world. We all have a different lens because we all come from completely different backgrounds. But this lens definitely can give you bias and assumptions about other people, and that can certainly affect your relationships. So understanding how you view the world is extremely important. And I would urge you to take all three of these steps. Figure out your human design. There's a ton of human design coaches. You can look it up online. There are books. It's extremely fascinating. Ask for feedback. It's so important to get the feedback. Like, tell me, this person that you ask for feedback from, they may be really good at giving you feedback about yourself, but not interested in getting feedback from you about them. And that's okay. That's okay. This is your journey for self-discovery. So take that feedback and move forward with it and make the changes that you need to make to get back to your authentic self. And then finally, that lens. Figure out what that lens is and how you can maybe alter that lens to see people in a different light, to have more empathy for other people. These 3 steps will completely transform your relationships. And I wish you all the best.